are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Our good cop, Claude Jenkins, has a diverse career ranging from government, corporations, and management consultant. He is the Vice President of Operations at Global Business Development Center and a guardian angel for most businesses. Annette Gray, aka Bad Cop, is the President and owner of Global Business Development Center. She has 20 years experience in management, economic development, and marketing in the private and public sector. She is passionate about developing entrepreneurs. Let's join our dynamic duo as they place another business owner in the hot seat and find out if they are ready to kiss their business with love. Or is today the day they kiss their business goodbye?
Good evening. Welcome to Kiss My Biz, your weekly business talk show here in lovely South Florida. And for those of you who are listening to us live at www.globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com or iHeartRadio, if you're in the Northeast, New York, New Jersey area, all my family and friends, I hope you are taking it slowly and carefully. I am Annette Gray. I am your bad cop, and I am with
Claude Jenkins, and I'm supposed to be the good cop.
Supposed to be the good cop. We have Marie here, Marie Lutis from PNC Bank, and this week we will be talking about developing banking relationships and funding for your business, small business loans or business loans. Welcome, Marie.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to be here.
So, she doesn't know this is the good cop, bad cop shows. I forgot to mention that to her when she accepted the offer to come on the show. So before we get into building banking relationships and funding for a business, what's going on at the ranch this week, Claude? No, more than that.
Okay. I forgot because I had such a great week. Santa Claus is still dead, but I had a great week, and I'm trying to remember. What do we have going this week?
What do we have going on? We don't have any workshops this week, but we did sign 3 really exciting new clients.
Oh, past tense. Okay, yeah.
Which we have signed non-disclosure statements about.
Yes.
Really exciting business plan development and manufacturing and taking a product to market and some of those really good things. So
one being an international product.
One being an international product. So we have some hard work ahead of us.
Yes.
Ahead of us. We've had several calls about our business plan writing boot camp. I just want to let you know that that will be coming up in the next few weeks. So hop on our website or email us for the specifics on that. So, Marie.
Yes.
Are you guys lending any money to anyone at all?
The bad cop.
Who are you lending to?
I think you should have asked me some questions first.
No, we're going to jump right in.
We are lending money.
Who are you lending money to,
lending
Marie?
to all of our existing business clients. They like business clients to have a history in business for us to be lending to them.
Okay. Tell me what history looks like, because I know it's not startup. Go ahead.
Well, the existing business clients that we typically looked at, they have to be in business for at least 3 years.
Okay.
That's one big profile we look at. And also, one of the main things that I've been finding with our business clients is that a lot of them are not paying themselves. So that's something they look at too when they look at the financing of the business, to make sure that there is enough funds for you to pay yourself as well as for the business to run effectively.
That's true. I do see that in business plans. Either they're paying themselves too much or not enough. Is there a particular kind of business category right now that you're seeing more thumbs ups for from your underwriting department?
Okay, right now the healthcare field. That's a win-win situation for banking, especially for us PNC. We have a few industry businesses that we look at. Healthcare is one of them.
Okay.
Manufacturing is one of them. Retail business banking is also one of them as well. But like I said, the history and how long they've been in business is a big thing that we look at.
Okay, fantastic. So where does the credit score play? Given the recession that we're just coming out of, you know, that's a challenge to business owners. What are we looking at in terms of credit score?
I don't give an amount for credit score because it's actually not one of the things that we typically discuss. But like I said, the history of business, how long they've been in business is some of the things that we look at. Also their revenue and assets that they may have available and what the business is about. So
see, she's doing exactly what bankers do, Claude. We cannot get, you know, I want to be able to tell someone when they come in my office, here are the guidelines. This is what they're lending to, understanding that, you know, it might change or it might fluctuate, so as not to waste your time, the banker's time, mine, and the client. So that's as close as we're getting, huh?
That is as close as we're getting in that sense. But what I say is when I get a new business, you said startup, for example, I try to start them off with credit. The basic credit is get them a credit card for the business.
Okay.
That way we can start building their credit history and also their history with the bank itself.
Okay.
That when the time comes, I would say 2 to 3 years, when they really are in need of certain lending, then we're there for them.
Okay. So as we mentioned, you're with PNC, and I am a customer, and I know the reason why, but I want you to talk a little bit about recent growth and positioning and mission of the bank. I know the answer, but can you share it?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, PNC is one of the 5th largest bank right now in the world. We've been in business for over 50 years. One of the best thing about PNC that we pride ourselves in is customer growth, client appreciation. So that's why we focus a lot on a week-to-week basis. We have surveys that talks about different client experience that they've had at the bank to make sure that we are offering the best services that we have for them. Right now on the business banking side, women business development, that's something that I pride myself in, that I work closely with you.
That's how we met, yes.
And we're trying to work through our referral process together. So women business development is a big piece. And again, with women business development, is starting to educate the business owners from the beginning phase of their business to their growth process.
Absolutely. Oh, and by the way, thanks for the recent referral. I have to fill you in on that. Claude, you're on the numbers side of our business plan, and one of the things we have to do is put together a performa, a 5-year performa for our clients. If you have the opportunity, you have a banker in front of you, what are you going to ask Marie?
Well, one of
As
the first
good
questions,
cop, by the way.
and one of the easy ones for you is, before we get into that one, I have a lot of clients and older clients that were always saying, how can I get my company a credit card when my credit is poor as an individual? And a lot of banks refer back to that. Is that PNC's policy also? I'm not trying to put you on a hot seat,
Because that's my job.
but it does come up a lot.
No, that's a great question. So for those clients that are asking you that, I would ask them, well, how long has the business been open? Because we do look at the client's credit as a backup in case of the business there's any type of delinquent, or just for a backup. But that's not what we primarily focus on with business clients.
Okay.
We usually focus on the business itself, the business history, the revenue of the business, and that sort of stuff.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, one of the things the company does is our company does, as you well know, is when we put the business plan together, we have to really walk the clients through the financial side. And the business performance, as we were talking about, is a 5-year plan, but we also have to add to that a cash flow, which is very difficult for the client to understand, because they're not ready for that type of expansion. And And what we've been able to present is a monthly cash flow over a year, and then 2 year, and then 3 year. And then the client starts to find out that they're running in the red in certain areas, and there we have a chance to work with them. So is that still a good move to make as far as still bringing in the cash, the 3-year cash flow, and the balance sheets, whether or not it's a startup company or a company that's been working?
I think it's a great way to start the business owner. One thing I love about Annette's business is that you get the clients from the beginning and you teach them about business.
Right.
That's one thing that we don't really do. I get them from the start where the business is open and ready to get moving, versus where you guys educate them on what the balance sheet, all the different financial tools that they need to help the business grow. One thing we do on our end is a cash flow optimizer. What that does is we evaluate the business, their cash in, cash out, how they use credit, how they leverage technology right now. So we educate them more on the banking side of things. But what I love about you guys is you guys educate them on business itself.
Right.
So I think it's a great way to get them started and to start seeing the business from a long-term perspective versus just, oh, I need the money right now. I need to just be able to function just as I start.
Marie, you're great. See, I
Thank
kept
you.
smiling.
You kept her smiling.
Thank you. Are we going back to her now?
We're coming back to the bad cop. Sorry, dear. So let's go back to the cash flow optimizer, because I have been able, it was a daring feat to get a few bankers to commit to that. Come into your formula in any way?
Back to specifics again. Okay, well, in terms of lending, we do look at that a little bit. We look at to see what type of revenue that you do have coming in.
Right.
So when I do open account for business clients, I try to get them some type of overdraft protection, maybe starting a small business savings just to get them in that conversation and that mindset that eventually you may need lending, and having some type of backup plan is,
Okay.
good
So
for
you're
you.
not going to commit to a formula. It's fine. I understand that. I know. But, you can understand why it's important to us in getting someone prepared to come to you. We definitely want to see as much yes as possible. And part of that preparation is us being as knowledgeable as possible about, the opportunities that the bank can offer at what given time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
I would say in that 1 to 2 year experience for the business clients, I go with the short-term credit needs, credit cards.
Okay.
Because to be honest, to be able to approve them for a line of credit of $100,000, they need to have that business experience.
Absolutely.
They need to have that business history available. So I start them off with a credit card, and then in the 2 to 3 years, then we can have certain lending conversation about working capital and so forth. But that's with them managing the account. With you guys showing them the balance sheet is important. Making sure that they're not overdrafting their account, that they're keeping a positive cash flow at all time in the business account. So in the 2 to 3 years, that's the space where PNC most comfortably lend to women business owners and even, all business.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at the bank, and and how someone can reach you. PNC is the preferred vendor of Global Business Development Center, and we do refer clients over. But where are you located, with which branch, and how can someone get a hold of you?
Oh, great. I'm Marie Lewis. I'm located on Atlantic and Military, right on the southwest corner. Northwest corner.
Challenged.
That's both of us, and Atlantic and Military.
Right.
You can reach me via our PNC website, or you can go on the marie.lewis@pnc.com, or you can call me 561-499-7002, or reach out to Ms. Annette, which thank you so much for the many great referrals that you've referred to us as well.
I want to switch gears a little bit. Do we have time before a commercial break? Now I'm getting the head shake. No. But when we do come back, I want to talk a little bit about the PNC Foundation, because we do have nonprofit clients as well. And one of the things we do on the show is try to be global in our message and resources. So we'll be back right after these messages.
Right.
If you're looking for a West Palm Beach accounting firm with a client-first philosophy, contact Remap Incorporated today. Our firm provides outstanding service to our clients because of our dedication to the 3 underlying principles of professionalism, responsiveness, and quality. Call us at 561-623-0241. We offer standard services such as bookkeeping and tax preparation, but unlike others, we have developed an extensive menu of specialized services designed to ensure that your business remains financially sound and prepared for a strong future. Want to learn more? Call us at 561-623-0241 or visit our website, www.remap.com. That's www.remap.com. Remap with 2 M's. Let us prepare for you a solid future. Call us at 561-623-0241. The Community Caring Center of Greater Boynton Beach Incorporated invites you to its annual Hunger Walk, Friday night, March 7th. The concert kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. at the First Baptist Church. On Saturday, March 8th, the registration and warm-ups begin at 8:30 a.m. The walk begins at 9 a.m. sharp. The journey starts at the amphitheater at the Schoolhouse Children's Museum and Learning Center, 129 East Ocean Boulevard, Boynton Beach. And it's a 1.5-mile walk to the beach and back. The mission of the Community Caring Center of Greater Boynton Beach is to address the root causes of poverty by an innovative integration of social service programs, economic development through small business incubation, nutrition education, and access to sustainable, healthy food centers. Want to put a team together of walkers? Contact the center for their event package or email sherryccc@aol.com. or visit the website cccgbb-org.webs.com. Welcome back to Kiss My Biz, where we have another business owner on the hot seat. If you can't stand the heat, don't get in the kitchen. Our good cop, bad cop duo continues to challenge today's business owners to take on the 21st century business world fearlessly. Now, back to our show.
Hey gang, we're back again. This is Claude Jenkins, your good cop, and
Annette Gray, your bad cop.
And we have as a guest, and I'm not going to do a John Travolta here, I'm going to get this name correct.
You laugh at your own joke. Seriously?
I thought that was so funny.
Oh my. We have Marie Lourdes.
Yes, is here from PNC Bank, the branch manager.
Hello, everybody.
So we had been talking about the retail side of the bank, products, lending, relationships. I want to touch a little bit on relationships before we segue to the foundation. Because a lot of people, I advise clients to establish a relationship with a bank. I know that if I have an issue, or when I have an issue, I call Marie up. I said, listen, this is what's going on. I need your help. But that's part of the relationship, right? You can't wait until you have an emergency and then you're calling the blank bind, or you need some gap financing, or you need a loan, and then you're going in, you're a virtual stranger. There is no value to that. And that's, I think, any business relationship.
That's true.
The opportunity to get better advice or service sometimes stems from the depth of that relationship. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes, I mean, that's with any relationship, period, especially in banking. One thing that we've noticed over the last couple of years is, even in lending in particular, you have to have some type of relationship with us for us to just automatically lend any type of money to you. If I get a client that walk in, they don't have a checking account or any type of relationship with us, I usually ask them where do they bank and why are they coming to us
for the loan.
Yes, and typically that's a red flag for us too, to be honest with you. So it's important to build a relationship from the beginning of the business, and we grow with you. We can see your financing, we can see where you've been and where you're going, so it makes it easier.
That's fantastic. I just wanted to mention that point because in our business startup boot camp, which is a class over a weekend where we start the business, establish corporate EIN, and do some, the foundation of the business, we do talk about banking relationships as early as that, at the very beginning. So if you don't have an established relationship with a bank, it's a good idea that you go out and establish even a small relationship. Relationships grow
Yes.
And then from there, you're more likely to get those bigger products when you're in need.
Absolutely.
So, Marie, I wanted to segue to the PNC Foundation. I know it's not your department per se, but we've had some conversations about the foundation, and we do serve nonprofit clients at GBDC. So tell us a little bit about the foundation.
Okay. Well, we have a couple nonprofits that we focus on. The
Okay.
PNC Grow Up Great, which focus on kids and early childhood development
Okay.
for up to 5 years old. We
Okay.
do a lot of working, like PNC allotted 40 hours for every employees in the corporation to pick a childhood education location where you would like to go and do some volunteering. And, you know, that's paid for hours that you do
we're
within
children.
work
Aren't we
hours.
children at GBDC Club?
We can.
Can we get some
I
PNC
would.
volunteers?
That's right.
On a given day, I know you're not more than 4.
Yeah, that's right.
On some days. I think it's
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
Yes, Wednesdays it's bad.
And
Or
also
good,
in the
depending on who it is.
in the nonprofit world for business, we do a lot of business development too and community development.
Okay.
In the Delray area in particular for global business development. I know you know the TED Center is one of the biggest one that we work with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
For Delray.
Yes.
But we're still working on acquiring new relationship and finding a way to make it happen with the existing clients that I have per se.
Okay. And the foundation, because you do have a foundation that offers grants to nonprofits. I know, again, I know that's not your role in the bank. Do you know the website or the foundation site for that? Where you can
Which one are you referring to? Not that one. I'm not particular with.
The PNC Foundation, where nonprofits are able to go on during the grant cycle and apply for different grants?
No, I'm not familiar with that one. I do
Wow.
know community relations. That's
Okay.
who I usually go to if I have some type of business that I want to try to work with and do some type of nonprofit community relationship.
I maybe I am wrong, but if that's the case, I will pull it up and we can rebroadcast it with
Yeah,
the show. But
definitely.
I thought there was a specific foundation where organizations could go and apply for grants during particular grant cycles.
I can definitely look into that a bit more, and we can discuss that
Yeah,
actually, because that's one
absolutely.
of your best areas, right?
Yes,
that you
I
work
do
with?
quite a bit of grant writing for our clients. So if you were to advise a new or existing client, Marie, I know you gave the perimeters of who you would lend to, and typically who would successfully qualify or get a loan from you. How does one get prepared? How does a business owner get prepared?
Great. I mean, I think that's a great question. For them to get prepared from the starting of the business, that's how you get prepared, by meeting with you and understanding what business clients need to succeed in the future. To get prepared would be starting a relationship with the bank,
Okay.
Building that relationship with someone in the bank, also starting to look for credit opportunities right from the beginning, actually speaking with us about credit. What I do notice too a lot of time is when the business clients come in to open account, they don't typically want to spend that quality of time that we need to have that credit discussion. So
Okay.
I would say don't wait till you're in need to discuss credit,
Sure.
but discuss it from the beginning.
One of the industry questions, and it seems like an industry debate, are two things I would like us to talk about briefly. How important is a Dun & Bradstreet business credit setup to your lending process? And also, how important is that business owner's experience within the industry that they have started the business?
The Dun & Bradstreet is extremely important because it's research, for example.
Right.
It's documented research. When we look to lend to a business, we have certain places that we go to look at to make sure that the business is valid, to see that they have a history, and to see what they measure up to according to other businesses around in their field. So that is very important, but I won't say that's the number one thing we look at.
No.
We look at the history of the business. I can keep repeating that. That's one of the biggest thing that PNC look at, the cash flow of the business, the credit history of the business itself. See if you've had any type of credit in the past, or like it could be the smallest thing as a credit card. But those are the things that we really look at.
And how important is it, do you look at whether the particular leadership of that business has experience within the industry that they've started the business?
Well, that definitely helps. That just shows us that there is a higher chance of them succeeding if they have the experience and, you know, the success in the past. So we look at that.
Surely. I feel like, you know, what it is we have these debates in the office. Clients come in and, you know, I think they presume that we're only telling them certain things because it is our business to do so, and maybe even to collect, you know, a contract and a deposit. And so some of the things they truly resist from us is, you know, you've been an engineer for the past 30 years and now you're starting a bakery, you know, and I mean, they're transferable skills, and of course I'm not a miracle maker, but I can take some transferable skills from you being a professional engineer for the past 20 years. But, you know, you still need to know something about the baking industry. And that's one of the struggles we have in the office. You know, I'm saying, okay, we can write this business plan. I can do a fantastic job of writing the business plan. But at the end of the day, not just for the banker, but for yourself, do you have enough industry knowledge to manage and run this business? And 9 out of 10 times, we do a lot of the market research and write the plan and write the operations plan. And we do pride ourselves on writing a plan that someone can pick up that plan and run the business. But there is some value, there is quite a bit of value to having some industry knowledge in terms of how quickly you succeed given that industry knowledge. So this is one of our daily battles. And we also try to encourage our clients to establish business credit through Dun & Bradstreet and reporting, and have a standalone, so the business can have a standalone credit reputation as quickly as possible, so that they're not always going back to their personal credit. So these are our daily battles and struggles. So we like to, you know, have industry professionals other than ourselves come in and speak to those points. So once again, can you just remind everybody what branch you are with, and believe it or not, that'll be calling it a wrap.
Oh wow, already.
Yes.
Marie Lewis, I'm on Atlantic and Military. I'm at the branch in Delray. If you want to reach me, you can call me at 561-499-7002 or email me at marie.lewis@pnc.com, and I would be happy to answer any additional questions that you may have or talk to you about credits.
Fantastic. Is there anything that we did not cover that you wanted to quickly mention?
No, I feel like we covered all the bases that we needed to. I would say keep doing an amazing job with educating new business owners.
Thank you, thank you.
Goodbye, folks.
So we are getting this signal. We have to go, and apparently Claude needs to go to the bathroom.
Thank you.
So thanks for joining us again this week, and hope you found it informative. See you again next week at 6 p.m.
You've been listening to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Tune in again next time for more Kiss My Biz. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Global Business Development Center is a one-stop shop boutique firm